along this line of talking about experienced salespeople, we've got a fantastic guest today, and I can't wait to dive into this conversation.
Well, no, and I can't wait to get Amy Volas onto the podcast. But before it, and you've heard, our listeners have heard me say this before, is if you, and I picked up on being an alliteration freak from Daryl, so sorry, Amy, but if you can educate and engage and excite people into conversations, you meet the coolest people. And I'm not here to say this is how you use social or why you use social. If you just use it in that fashion, you just get into conversations with some really cool people. And that's how Amy and I met. We started commenting on posts and blogs, and I felt like I already knew her. And then one day I'm looking, I go, Amy's a second degree connection. What the hell's going on? So I asked her to connect. I said, hey, I apologize. I thought we were first degree connections because I felt like we knew each other. And then we hopped on a conversation and had some great conversation. We think alike, we act alike. And so without further ado, Amy Volas, welcome to Selling from the Heart.
Thank you. I feel like I'm a fellow bear poker as well. So it's good.
This will be good. I promise. This will be good.
Here we are. Watch out.
This is going to be a blast. I already know just from our conversation pre-show, we're going to have fun. But Amy, you know the question that all of our guests get. I'm looking forward to hearing your insight on what does it mean to sell from the heart?
I think for me, the very first thing that pops up is being authentic, right? So sales, in my opinion, is a human-driven thing, and it needs to mean something. And the only way to do that, in my opinion, is if you really care about what it is that you're doing, you know why you're doing it, and you lead with that foot because you genuinely care about what your task at hand is, why you're there in the first place to sell whatever it is that you're trying to sell. But more importantly, that you can set your own agenda aside to truly embed yourself into another person's organization, into their life, into their needs, into their wants, into their goals, into their problems, whatever it might be, because you know that that foundation laid is going to be the glue. And that's always been the case for me. Is I'm fascinated by people. I'm genuinely curious about business. And the best things that I've ever done in my life come from those relationships. And the only way I could have done that was by all of that stuff and just being authentic and genuinely giving you know what's about what the task at hand was. So that's what it means to me.
No, and it's interesting because and I say this all the time, is authenticity is tossed around like we toss around a baseball or a football or, you know, whatever your favorite sport that you like playing that you toss around with. And I always say authenticity isn't something that you just turn the light switch on, right? All of a sudden I leave the house and I'm this authentic person. I said, you know, you have to live it, walk it, talk it, breathe it, because people will sense it. And that's why, you know, I keep poking it at being in an empty suit. Is there's so much facades and there's so much fakeness going on out there, right? And you can smell it, Amy. I know you and I have spoken about it. People smell inauthenticity, I think, faster than somebody who's truly sincere. And it's a sad state that we live in, but you know, it's why I say no empty suits.